Welcome in, everyone. Today's LEGO review is boarding the Tantive 4. Let's get into it. With set number 75381, this set has 502 pieces, comes with 7 minifigures, and priced at $54.99. It's 11 cents per piece. Looking back at the history between Tantive and LEGO, it's definitely a spoiled one for the most part. It looks like every 5 years or so we get some form of a Tantive set. My favorite out of all of these is a 2019 Tantive 4 ship featuring Senator Organa, and I think everybody can agree with me. Other than that, this year they came out with a Tantive 4 display set, the MIDI scale Starship collection, which of course I did review. If you want to see more of that review, it is in my profile. And then this boarding the Tantive display kind of diorama that I'm reviewing right now. This set has a whopping 7 minifigures, including a special edition 25th anniversary Fives minifigure. So far this year, with all the anniversary minifigures, they haven't really gone with the sets, so it is what it is. With the first crew, we have the Rebel Fleet Troopers and then Captain Antilles. Captain is actually only one of one, so this is the first set that they've made him in with his beige and tan. I think they did a really good job with that minifigure. And as far as the Rebel Fleet Troopers, it's only the second time they've made them specific to this style, which is from the 2023 Yavin 4 Rebel base. They have made the Rebel Fleet Trooper a few times. You can kind of technically army build with these ones. This just has a little updated to it, the vest. Other than that, it looks pretty much similar to the old ones. Next up, we have the Imperial Stormtroopers with one male and one female minifigure. This also is one of one, so we got a lot of new minifigures in this set. They did a good job with the leg print on this one, and the helmets look really good. Nothing really to complain here. Next up, we have Darth Vader, and this Darth Vader is one of the new updated ones. It's been made 2 other times in the Imperial Throne Room and in the TIE Bomber. Both are in 2023. So this is the newest, latest Darth Vader, and I guess they did a good job. It has the arm, leg prints with the facial details on the front and back of the head, so I definitely can appreciate this minifigure a lot. And last but not least, we have Fives, and I don't really know what to say here because it just doesn't really make sense. Are we happy we got Fives? Absolutely. In a random Tantive set for $55 seems a little off brand, or should I say maybe on brand for LEGO. So I do appreciate getting this minifigure. I love this minifigure. I love this character in general. I love the facial expression that they put on him with the symbol on his head. But the only problem is the pauldron, which is the kind of the collar area. It just doesn't really make any sense. They did a little bit lazy job on that part. Other than that, the minifigure does look really good. I just think when it comes to big special minifigures like this, or characters I should say, that it's very important to get it right and to do it like a really, really amazing job to really truly make it a one of one. So maybe the value of this minifigure could be $90 one day, but it doesn't look to be that way. Overall, to get 7 minifigures in a Star Wars set that's $55 retail value, you cannot complain. I mean, honestly, if you just buy a couple of these, you'll be pretty happy. You can kind of sell some of the Fives away and even the Darth Vaders, and then you can army build with the Imperial Stormtroopers and the Rebel Fleet Troopers. And it wouldn't be that bad of an idea. You can actually add some hallways together. I've seen some reviewers do that. So honestly, in my opinion, I would probably grab 2 or 3 of these. Getting into the set, I'm not gonna lie, it looks kind of boring. That's because it kind of was and it kind of wasn't at the same time. Nothing really felt tedious or the same the entire time you're building. Because it does come with 7 minifigures, you're constantly engaged with setting up the minifigures in between bags, which I do like when LEGO does that. But it does have some pretty cool features. Obviously, when you turn it around to the side, there is a door that opens with just like a little kind of hatch thing where Darth Vader opens up and he comes in there and he pretty much destroys everybody. So that's a really cool feature. And then if you flip it to the other side, it is another kind of latch, I want to say handle, where that door will open even from the other side. So I do like how LEGO kind of put in some features right there. And then the last features that go with this set are the floorboards. There are 4 floorboards that move. If you kind of just crank the little front handle just a little bit, it will fly that minifigure out. The only thing I will say is aesthetically pleasing is the set doesn't really look that great. Just from display purposes, because obviously the handles in the front right there are just little knobs, I guess you could say, so they're not actual like handles. If you look back at the Indiana Jones set, they have really cool twisty knobs in the front pieces that make it just look so much more appealing to display wise. This not so much. It's definitely safe to say this is more of a play set. Of course, it's 8 and over, so you automatically assume it's a play set, but it definitely comes with a lot of minifigures to be able to do all of these features. And as you can tell, if you look closely on the side, there are holes to add another Tantive hallway, or the Dark Trooper hallway from a couple years ago. That would also work too. There's a bunch of Lego mocks out there that have add 2 to 3 to even 4 of these sets together, and they all look really, really cool. And before we get into the grading, I just want to mention one thing. When this did launch, the Lego store was packed, and I don't mean just packed for some of the other sets. Everyone wanted this set. It got off the shelves pretty fast, and they had to restock it really, really fast. So it's just such a popular set for 7 minifigures for the price range. I just want to say it's all in all an overall good package. Now let's get into the grading aspects. I'm going to grade this one on experience, display, minifigures, and then price per piece. First up, we have experience. And the way I grade experience is, was it a good build? Did it feel repetitive? Were the minifigures, did it make sense with the set? Or overall, did I feel like I was wasting my money? And with this set, I would definitely buy this set again, and I would definitely build it again. Yes, I built it in one night, but I really enjoyed it. Next up, we have display, and I can't tell if I'm being unfair here or not to even put display as a grading aspect, but again, I display a lot of my sets, so unfortunately, this one isn't a display set. It's an 8 out of 10. It can be a display set, do not get me wrong, but you just kind of have to put that in a corner, maybe even add another one to it. But other than that, just standalone by itself. If you don't put any of the minifigures on there and you just leave it kind of, I want to say, naked on your shelf, then it doesn't really look that great. Getting into the grading for minifigures, I'm going to rate this a 9 out of 10. It would have been a 10 out of 10 if 5s would have been just a little bit better. I'm sorry, but 7 minifigures in a set for only $55 retail is really good. I would have graded this a 10, but 5s is just off. I'm not saying he's perfect or imperfect, but he's just off, and I just don't really like him as much as I thought maybe I would have. I was definitely expecting, you know, a resale value of a $90 resale value of this minifigure at some point in his lifespan, but it doesn't really look to be that way, and other reviewers would have to agree with me. This set kind of reminds me of the Yavin set, where you get so many minifigures. A little bit pricey on that one, but still, the amount of minifigures you get, you just cannot complain so much. Finally, getting into price per piece, it's a 10 out of 10. Sure, it's 11 cents per piece, but when it comes to Star Wars and Lego, anything around 9, 10, 11 cents is definitely a good value with Star Wars. And last but not least, the final score is a 9 out of 10. I would rate this almost a 10 out of 10. Display could have been a little bit better, or I guess really what would you have done with it? And then 5s could have been a little bit better, so I just couldn't rate this anything lower than a 9, only because of the experience and the amount of minifigures that you get. And it's a really cool set. It has some cool play features with it, so I can't knock too many points for display and for 5s. I mean, let's be honest, Star Wars Lego department's trying to get a little bit better when it comes to the minifigures, but 2024, everyone's been kind of a little rough on them. So anyways, if you like this review and want to see more of my reviews, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys on the next one.